Hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you tonight? Does this junior look familiar? If you are a follower of Mr. HooverLux, Dorian, if you're not, you should be, you will recognise this machine, because it is one that he picked up, and the motor went on it, and it now finds itself here in what was sunny Oxfordshire. So I put it together so I know how it comes back apart again, because it was sent to me in lots of little bits. And we now need to look at the motor, which isn't sounding too healthy. Not too healthy at all. Let's just turn it off. Now, I don't actually know what's wrong with it yet, but I'm sure as hell going to find out. Now, it spins fine. This is also more for Mr. Mad About Hoovers, who did, I'll be honest, I thought it was a pretty good shout, saying that the fan might be a bit loose, but I don't think it is. But what he also said to do was to fit the belt. So, I haven't got my tripod. I'm going to get the tripod set up and we'll fit the belt and see if that makes it a bit happier. Right, there we go. So, I believe the belt goes on. Oh, it's a brand new belt as well. Why couldn't you have sent me the old one, Dorian? I'm going to pause again because you don't want to see anything else at my arm here. Oh, that did put up a bit of a fight. Has it worked? Wait. No, it has not. So, I don't want to run it anymore because I'll be honest, I don't want to break it completely. The next thing we need to do is get the motor out of there, really, so it spins fine. There's no lateral movement. I'm wondering if a carbon's gone, you know. Something simple like that. Whew. All hot and bothered now. So stay tuned and we shall find out when I take this apart and we'll see what is what. Good evening my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you tonight? So on this video we have Mr. HooverLux's Hoover Junior, and we are going to take the motor apart and see what is what. See if we can fix it, which hopefully we can. So, I have a blank screw card here, and we shall call it HooverLux Junior. And the first two screws are going to be the wiring cover. Now, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to find here, because it doesn't work. It runs. Mr. HooverLux will have the videos for that, because obviously it's his machine, so I did. No, you won't have the videos for that. I'll put them on this one. You'll have just seen this. So as you can see, we're doing a bit of a collaboration. I haven't quite worked out which order it's going to go in yet. But yes, so the video that you'll have seen that before this part. It runs, but not very well. So we're going to take it apart and see what we can find. So the first thing we're going to do is take out the mains cable. Like so. Pop that out. Pop that back in. Knock this out. Pop that back in. We'll take out the cable clamp. So we can basically take out the cable and remove the handle. So I'll pull this through and we'll turn it around. I'll find a nice flat blade screwdriver and we shall remove the broken handle. The bail is worn, which we might be able to fix. There we go. So we shall pop that there. Out you come. Then there's 4 screws here, which do the wheels and the bail itself, so we'll take those out. We've got wiring cover, rear wheels, pop, pop. And then the handle bail itself is these back 2 screws. So handle bail 1, 2. There we go. Now that's out the way, we can remove, hopefully, the motor screws. Now this one is incredibly rounded and it's probably going to be a bit of a sod. Let's try and get to the bottom ones. Might have to use the light from my camera just to remember where they are and get at them. We have to go through this. Right, it's also dusty, I can't quite see. There it is. Oh dear, it is a bit stiff. This machine hasn't been looked after at all. There we go. Rusty, it's damp. It's just a bit smeggy really. And the other screw is down here. Oh, crikey me. Oh. There we go. Again, this is why having long screwdrivers is pretty much essential. Especially for these older Hoovers. The juniors that have the screws buried right down the bottom. I think that's out. Now let's try and get at that rounded screw, which isn't going to go, so let me just move you. Go into my toolbox and we shall find some grips and basically turn it out. So I've got spare screws, so I'm not entirely fussed about destroying them to get them out. In fact, I wonder if the flat blade will fit. If I can get a flat blade in. No. Or we just do that and we'll take it out later. So, we are going to have to remove the switch. So, we need to undo the switch screws, one of which, so we've got a red and a brown, the blue goes somewhere else. So we should take off the red and the brown. It's the original switch at least, so that's good. And we'll just pop that one back in so we know where it goes for when it needs to be taken out. We don't need to take it out yet. Yeah, although I just noticed there was a random crosshead screw in there. So this machine isn't entirely unmolested. I wonder what we are going to find when we delve deep into the motor. So I'm not entirely sure if this switch will be original because all the wires are black and red, and yet this is brown and red, but it's got the proper rounded crimps. So I'd imagine it must be, mustn't it? There we go. Note the belt's not on. In theory, it should. He says. What's it caught on? Come on. I think we have to take a bit more apart than we would otherwise need to get this off. Which is a bit of a sod. This shouldn't have to come out yet. There's a screw here which... there we go, there's the bottom motor screw, so hopefully he says without being very successful at all. That's not even going back in place enough for me to try again. Oh, you bugger, it's getting caught there. Really, this isn't all just down to one screw that isn't coming out, is it? You're loose, I can't even get my finger onto you. Aha! There we go. Wow. Wow. Look at the state of that. We won't worry about that too much yet. Oh, there's another. Oh, that's the snapped off head to this, which should. Now we can get at it a bit better. Wind out itself. Which it will. I'm not going to do it now. Blimey, look at the crud down there. But we'll look at that later. Look, there's a washer there. I wonder what that could have gone to. So, we have ourselves a very dirty and a little bit broken Hoover Junior motor, which spins utterly fine. The fan's not loose, I don't think. Let's take pulley off, which is fine. Break the seal of crud holding the fan on. There we go. And then remove the spacer washers. And again, that's running alright. I'm wondering if the suppressor's part blown, you know. I don't think it has. Wow. Right. Let us get this thing cracked open and see what we find. The first thing we are going to do is to remove the... I can't see where the wires go, the suppressor wiring. So we have the black from the suppressor and the red from the suppressor. So we'll have these out. Pop those back in just so we can see how they go back, and so I don't lose little screws. The black for the suppressor, which is here. Go, so that's those two apart, and then we have the red for the suppressor and the black goes to this carbon brush, which I don't actually think we can take out just yet. So what we'll do is we'll take the actual carbon brush out, which I want to check anyway, which is seized in. So all we have is the spring. Maybe what our problem is, you know. Let's have the random flip screw out, which has these two red chaps in, which is the other side of the suppressor. Let's pop that back in there. What we're going to do is take off the black wire from the suppressor, but to take the suppressor off, we need to take it off the machine. And that's these two screws right here. I do actually seem to be missing a motor screw. Oh no, one's in the other. One was never put back, and one we just broke. So no, but we're doing okay. Ignore me. Oh, the filth on that look. So we'll take the black off there. Just feed that back through there so I know where it went. Oh, blimey. That is just coming out in chunks, isn't it? And this blue is the last wire on the wiring block here. And now we can attempt to undo the motor screws, which are very rusty. This machine has seen damp, I think, at some point. Out you come. I want the nuts to come out, but they're not going to. And then there's one last one under here. And then we can separate the two halves of the motor, here and here. grim. But it's still spinning fine. Wow. Oh my gosh. Do you know, if anything, I think its problem is, possibly, it's just so gummed up with crap. Oh my goodness me. Right. I can't even see what's what. That's incredible. I'll take the front bearing off. And the rubber seal. And we'll take the rear bearing off. With its bolts and nuts, because it earthed the suppressor housing. So you know that, and then this screw here holds the rest of it, which holds the clamp. And then we can take the whole thing out. Bar. Oh gosh, these are spring clips. These are screwed on the older motors, but they're spring clips on here. I wonder how easy these are going to come out. Ooh. Come on. Well, not too bad. One. Oh, that one wasn't too bad. So there's that carbon holder out. Ah, look, one stuck. Carbon brush. Oh, come on. Let's not do this. Got. And again, look at that, that's just clogged up with crud so badly. Ugh. No wonder this thing was feeling poorly. Goodness gracious me. The chunks are just, it's just coming off in chunks. You do pick 'em, Dorian. You do pick 'em. I'm not cleaning this up fully yet. We're just doing this to check it works before I actually make it look pretty. Get onto this now. And the bearings are actually immaculate, well not immaculate, that would be completely the wrong word, pretty good. I really want to make a bit of bearing colour on it, are you? You are, aren't you? Oof, screw you. Just bent that fan a bit there. No, I'm going to leave it on there for now because A, that's not coming off, but that's spinning, that's not the problem. Let me just go get my little paint brush. Okay. I think that hair's from the motor. There we go, so that's an alright armature, which is fine. And the coil, although a little bit rusty, is pretty okay as well. There's nothing that I can see physically wrong with any of this. You know, I'm sure it's utterly disgusting, but I see no reason why it shouldn't run. I see no reason at all why it shouldn't run. Should we put it back together and see? And that's about all we can do, isn't it? Let's just gather up everything that we need. We're missing a nut, which is still in the motor, so that's fine. Let's just check in here, that's actually alright. There's no baked on crud in there. Looks a nice Hoover roundel there though. So let's put it all back together. I'm not going to service it or anything yet. It does seem to run alright. That spins perfectly fine. Oh, not perfect, acceptably it does. So we'll pop the wires back through the motor. Oh gosh. Disturbed it there. It's not going to go in 100% fantastically, is it? There we go. Which is fine because it's not going to be centred up yet, so that's okay. Now this appears to have, like they both do, it's popped out, and if we look at this, look, it's just a tab that's pushed in and it's come out of this one, it's sat here. So I think all I need to do, oh, was it ever soldered? I don't know, you know, I don't think so, but oh heck, that's brazed on, that is. This should have, oh, this has fallen off. I wonder if we can be sneaky and just sort of stick it underneath. I wonder if that's the reason. Maybe that's why. Re-wedge it. Yeah, no, I think that might be good enough. If I just wedge it down there, I'll try to, anyway. Oh, crumbs. You're not having that, are you? Oh, heck. Bother. I need to solder that on. And I can't do that tonight. Blimey now. What are we going to do, folks? It won't quite wedge in. The housing's just not got the give. Unless... that won't work either. Because that won't then push down. I don't think. No, that's not going to work. Let me figure this one out and we'll come back. Right, I think I've worked it out, but we won't know until we get this a bit more together, because we just won't. So we shall pop these back in. Like so. Clamp the motor back down at either end. There's the front one, and then we need the back one. It sits over there. This one screws up. And then we need all of these associated stuffs to go up the back with a nut. And then once that nut's in, you can screw this one up against the nut, which has a little cut out in the housing, so you know what you're doing. And then we'll leave that for a second, and before we fit the casing, we need to put the screw terminal block in, because it's sandwiched in between the two halves, like so. Right, let's pop the motor retaining bolts back in. And we have the shorter one goes at the end, like so. Comes. So you've got to sort of hold it all together, otherwise it all falls out. I think it doesn't, maybe the longer one goes at the back. It only goes in one way. They're all different lengths. They are. Ah, so this long one was, the very long one was the one that went here. I see. And the two shorter ones were the ones that go at the fan case end. Lovely. There we go. Now let's start to wire it back up. This blue one went here. I'm fairly sure. In fact, no, we'll wait and wire it up, because I shall recheck the wiring diagram just to be super sure before I actually fit it to the machine. What we'll do is we'll put the springs back on the carbons, which I don't think are genuine Hoover carbons, so it's obviously had replacement brushes at some point. Oh, fiddlesticks. We've forgotten something. Well, not you, I've forgotten something. the spring clips that hold the carbon brushes in place are not fitted. Who would have thought it? One's missing altogether, so that's very lucky. Silly boy. I'm still amazed at their clips. Like I say, on the old ones, there's a metal bracket that screws across and holds it down. They have cheaped out. Big stuff. Oh, and we have forgotten also the rubber seal that goes around the motor fan case, which was off, so I'm presuming that's why the motor was allowed to fill it with crud. It's not working very well either. It's not sitting in its little slot. Come on. You know you want to. Might have to hack this with some sealant, which is a fine way of doing it. And some might say much better than this rubber seal, though if this rubber seal was washed, it would play ball slightly better. Right, let's try again. Oh, my hands are filthy. Get the screws in this end first just to get it done. Oh my god. Where did that wire come from? Oh god. This motor isn't very happy. Come on. The bloody other carbon wire's falling out now. Oh no. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see at all. I've only got to bodge one carbon holder. I've got to bodge another one. Can you open up a little bit? I'm just going to end up snapping this tab off, I think, as well. Why? What? Yeah, there it goes. Oh, bother. Right, so this one's going to have the same bodge as well for now. So just to check it runs, as long as it runs, I can then work out how to fix all this, which is probably just going to involve soldering the tails onto the carbon holders, which is fine. Yeah, it gets it running. Gets Mr. HooverLux's Hoover. So, where have we got to since I abruptly stopped filming before? Because I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't want to make it too long. Well, I got another scrap motor. Well, not scrap motor, fully working junior motor. There's the parts for it there. And I changed the coil over. This is the field coil for this junior. That is the power to the headlight, and that's normal, and that's normal. Still the same. So I think it is the armature, and from what I've been told, it is quite common. Well, not quite common, but it happens. So we have the junior here. There it is. Still doesn't quite work. I'll show you that now. The last time I did that, smoke started coming from the motor. It smells a little bit hot now. And from stripping it apart, there's smoke coming from it now because I turned it off too soon. But when I stripped it all apart, the armature and the coil were red hot. Red hot. So, it seems to me, there we go, and it seems to me that we changed the coil. Can't change the armature because I didn't have a flat belt armature. So, we are in a quandary and need parts. So for now, this is still dead. We must think outside the box. Bye for now until part 3.